How's it going, everybody? Rich here at Flipping for a Living. I hope you're having a great day. I'm just going to do a quick rundown of the things I found at yard sales the last couple days. A little bit of a show and tell. You know, it's a little bit sad. You might notice the green or the grass is not quite as green as it used to be, and the vines in the back are starting to wilt just a little bit, and the number of garage sales is starting to dwindle in my area. So yes, it's a sad time of year for me as things are winding down in the garage sale season. But that is why over the course of the summer, you guys, I hoard and hoard and hoard, and I do not stop buying. There is no amount of buying that I will not do, especially on the smaller items, the things that you can ship out easily, the things that are great for fourth quarter, you know, video games and boxed stuff and new stuff, you know, $1 items that you can flip for $15, $20, $30 or more all winter long. Double Car Garage is literally full of that stuff. So it's just a never-ending stream if you guys just keep hoard that 25, 50 cent, $1 stuff all summer long. You're making enough money off of this kind of stuff that you can let that stuff sit until garage sale season's done and winter is here, and you need to keep your income stream going. So anyways, let's go over real quick what I found. It's not a lot. I only spent $182 a little bit on Friday and Saturday morning, but the good thing is, not including those records back there. Which way is my finger going? Those two piles of records. The other stuff I'm going to show you is going to sell for easily over $1,000, about $1,000 pure profit actually, and then the records are above and beyond that. So let's take a look real quick. Starting right off here, this beat up old trombone, $5 on that. I mean, it's beat to crap, so I see why it was $5, but the case is in good shape. It's Yamaha. It's easily worth that for parts, pieces, repair. How can you not buy that for $5? One of my competitors was there and they passed right by that. I don't get it, but whatever, not my problem. Right here, 3 pairs of runners, 2 Adidas, 1 Nikes or Adidas, depending on how you like to pronounce it. And yeah, they're super dirty, but I'm gonna sell these locally. I'm gonna throw them in the washing machine, or I might even take them to the car wash. And I'm gonna clean them up as best I can, just simply that way. And then I'll post these locally for 20, 25 bucks a pair. I mean, anything you can get that says Nike on it or Adidas, and it's still a pretty cool style, a skater style or whatever, someone's gonna buy it. I'd be more than happy to pay 20 bucks for a pair of sneakers that are still in good shape, maybe just a little bit scuffed up. So don't pass up on those for $1 a piece, because that $3 is going to turn into $60. Back there, I got 2 separate tool kits, metal ones. They were $5 each. They're a little bit dirty, but those are easily like $25, $30 tool kits, and I'm going to sell those locally. Also, that vintage lunchbox there, you look those up. Some of them can go for as high as like 40, 50 bucks. This one's a little bit rough. We'll see what I can get out of it, but that was also just $1, so a great markup on that. It's coming to the end of golf season in my area, but I'm actually out of golf club sets. I think I sold 13 sets this year, but I'm still buying. And like I said before, you guys, make sure you're buying clubs that have the cavity back, which means it's got that hole in the back. Make sure it's complete. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is just an extra club. I'm gonna throw a driver in with this that I bought for $5 and a putter. I have a huge amount of putters that I bought for $1 or $2 over the years. Just throw it in there, complete the set. A bag I bought for $5. Altogether, I'll have about $21 invested in that set, and I'll still easily get like 75 bucks for it. So don't pass up on stuff like that. Cassettes are in, you guys. This whole box was at a charity garage sale. It was $3 for the whole box. I'm sure there's a few tapes in there that I'll get some good money for. I didn't even look, but at $3 I just grabbed them and ran. We'll save those for another day. Got a nice turntable here, Hitachi one. It's in good shape. I always do 2 things specifically, well 3. I make sure that the hinges aren't broken on turntables. I just feel underneath to make sure that the needle is there underneath the head, and I check to make sure that the belt is still on there. You can feel it. You can feel a little bit of tension. So make sure you can check for those things, because if any of those things are wrecked, it's pretty much useless. You don't want it, but this is easily going to sell for $100. Another electronic thing, this was kind of funny. I'm at this sale and these people had this thing hooked up, actually running on their TV. And I'm like, you want $10 for that? And they're like, yeah. And nobody wants it. Nobody's showing any interest in that whatsoever. So that just totally opened the door for me to feel comfortable offering them $5 for that, and they were more than happy to take it. These ones are comping at about $50 to $60, so another 10 times our money, which is awesome. This automatic chess set, $2. I didn't comp it yet. I just wasn't gonna pass it up. It's complete, it's in the box. It looks pretty cool, like you learn how to play chess. It shows you kind of the moves on the side. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it's vintage. I guarantee you, look it up right now for me. I guarantee you that's gonna be like $30 for $2, easy money. This is an outdated BlackBerry, but we've talked about this before. This little tablet. People want to stay connected with friends, and not everybody can afford a brand new computer or an iPad or even a telephone. But if they're living in a place where they get free Wi-Fi, they can have this and they can stay connected on Facebook and watch YouTube videos. This was $5. I'll just sell that locally. I'm not sure what I'm going to ask. For sure, like $40, maybe 50. We'll see. So another easy 10 times our money. Obviously, always buy these little recorders. Another one for $1. I've got about 30 of those. Better start posting them, right? I'm starting to sound like a hoarder. But what are we hoarding? We're hoarding money. We're not hoarding junk. Everything we're doing is intentional. If you have a death pile, don't consider it a death pile. Consider it a bank account, because everything you bought was with intention. You bought it for $1 because you knew it was worth 12 or 15. You'll get to it eventually. Don't worry about that death pile. It's just money in the bank. So keep buying. Just like this game here. It's the only Wii game, the only video game I found all weekend. There's a bunch of really crappy ones. I picked this one out for $1. That'll sell for $10, $12 someday. I don't care when, because I only got $1 into it. Got a nice little Pikachu backpack. It doesn't have its original tags on it anymore, but that was $2. These are selling for about $15. Pretty cool. I haven't comped these Sonic figures yet. They're from Sonic the Hedgehog. They do have their original tags on them. Like, even with the barcode on there, I didn't even bother scanning it or checking it, because at $2 a piece in mint shape with the tags, there's no way that these aren't worth $15 or $20. I just know that for a fact. You know, even if I sell them as a pair, $25 for the pair, in the worst case scenario, I got $4 in, I'm gonna make a $20 bill. So sometimes you just know. Elf. I actually have another dealer who's flat out told me he'll give me $20 for these elves. I've sold him a couple already. So I grabbed this one for $1. Look how giant he looks. He looks like a giant elf. When you put him up there, he's as big as me. He's life size. Anyways, yeah, so I paid $1 for that. I could flip it for 20 right now. Maybe I'll start selling them. I don't know. Maybe I'll just take the $20 and put it into something else. I bought this cricket set just because I've never played cricket, and it was $3. So now I can play cricket sometime. These are pretty awesome. I didn't comp them yet. These were $2 a bag. Check this out. All these little Polly Pockets, not Polly, are these Polly Pockets? Now I'm getting confused. Yeah, these are Polly Pockets, right? This is like the newer style of Polly Pockets with the rubber clothing. These are the Disney princess ones. I hope I'm getting that right. Man, I'm losing my mind. But anyways, it was $2 for this whole bag, and I just looked up comps for like lots of these. Again, this is easily gonna be like $30. I mean, don't you love giving somebody $2 and they give you back $30? This one, maybe I shouldn't have bought. I saw a couple Woody toys in there. More Disney stuff. Save those for a rainy day. $2 for that one. And this one I haven't comped yet, but I'm really excited about, because this one is full of the vintage tiny little Polly Pockets from way back into the 80s even. And I've never actually had any of these in 20 years, but yeah, 1993, I guess, maybe not as old as I thought. This one's 1989, but you can hear that in there. see if I can pop this open for you and not drop my camera. Like the little guys are in there. These ones look like cabbage patches or something. I don't know. The little people. So this was an awesome find for $2. I'm guessing, I'm anticipating that some of these are going to be like $20, $30 each. There's like 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe close to 10 of them in there. So 20 cents a piece. Each 20 cents is probably going to turn into $20, 1,000%. Is that 10,000%? 10,000% markup. So that's pretty sweet on those. This Star Wars Battleship, I mean, Battleship is still fun, but it's kind of getting old. So people are starting to look for the branded ones like Star Wars Battleship. This was $1. Again, $15 or $20, easy money. We'll save that for fourth quarter probably. This one here, Age of Imperialism. Guy had 20 bucks on it. So I did have to do some comping on this, standing right there, because I hadn't seen this one before. A lot of board games you got to keep your eyes open for, right? Try and get this open with one hand. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got like the, yeah, well there you see, it's got that kind of stuff in it. So it's like a Risk, it's on a world map or whatever. This, he would not come down on his price at all. Or no, sorry, I just said what's the least you would take on this, and I was hoping he would get down to 10, but the lowest he would go was 15 on that, because I should be able to get about $60 to $75 for this Canadian. I was hoping he would come down to 10. We couldn't get there, but in a better case scenario, if you can't get someone to come down any more on their price, see if you can get them to throw something in, and that's what I did with this. I got him to throw in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs of beer mugs, sorry, party cups, beer cups, whatever you want to call them. They actually call these beer cups. Like you can't put anything else in them. You have to put beer in them. Anyways, I got him to throw all those in. So something that you need, I actually love this part about thrifting and yard selling, is getting stuff that you actually make use of. Like these have to be like $1.99 or more a piece. So I got like $15, $20 worth of something that I need absolutely free. Lacrosse is gaining steam in my area every year because we have the national champion team here. I don't even know their name though. I'm not interested in lacrosse, but I know that people are. So I got those 3 lacrosse sticks for 10 bucks. They were $5 each. They are aluminum, so if you want to get better ones, you don't want to get plastic ones. If they're plastic, they're essentially totally just kids. Like, I'm talking like toys. These could still be used in a junior league. So yeah, remember that. Don't bother buying plastic. They got to be composite or metal of some sort. 2 pieces of clothing only. This one was at a sale that every piece of clothing was $1 and everything was a piece of junk. But this DC jacket was also stuffed in there for $1, so I got that. Nice jacket. I might just keep it for my son. Actually, I am. So we won't even talk about that. This was a beauty. This vintage pro player Dolphins jacket. It's just in great shape. Like the colors are super vibrant. Looks great. It's got an awesome logo on the back. Stitched logo. Yeah, so I'm pretty pumped about this one. Haven't really looked it up yet, but I knew at $5 I wasn't gonna walk away from that. Bike season's almost over in my area also, but this bike is in spectacular shape. Like it just, I don't know how well you can see it. It's just really minty. The handles are in perfect shape. It's got a nice cushioned seat on it. Everything's working on it. Took it for a quick spin. You gotta make sure those gears are turning and those brakes are working when you buy bikes. That was $25. I might have to flip it for 60 quickly here because we only got about 6 to 8 weeks of bike weather left. At the start of spring, I'd easily get $75 for that bike, but you got to take a little bit less. You got to make sure, watch your seasons, you guys. Don't stock up on stuff too late in the year that you want to be stuck with, unless you have a place to store it like I do. Here's another one I didn't comp yet. This speaker microphone stand, sorry. It's pretty cool. It's got a lot of different features to it. It's definitely old school. You can just tell. Can't quite make out a name or brand on there, but you know, just buy these dials. You know it's old school. Everything's working on it. It's all complete, a little bit rusty. $2 for it. I'd be surprised if that's not a $40 or $50 vintage microphone stand. And then last thing, we talk about it almost every week these days. Stay on top of the records, you guys. Here's what I love about records. When they're out for sale, they're either 50 cents or a buck, sometimes $2, or they're not out for sale, period. And we want to stick with, yeah, there's some country stuff that's good, but the bottom line, just to be safe, if you're new with records and you're around in the 80s or 90s, or if you listen to music these days, you want to stick with bands that you remember from the 70s, 80s, and maybe into the 90s a little bit. Those are the bands you want to buy. If they're heavy metal, better yet. But stuff like this. So the story on this right here, this was all 25 bucks. This lady had like 4 boxes and she was like, it's $25 a box. But they were all mixed together. There was polka, there was country, there was gospel, there was garbage, and then there was about 40 good ones from the 80s. So I'm like, you know what, I'm not really a country fan. Do you mind if I just pick out the pop and the stuff that I remember from my childhood and just kind of make my own box? And I must have been the first one there to think of that or whatever, because she was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. I'm sure somebody else will want the country. So I was able to cherry pick out the best stuff, make my own box. This is what I got, all this for 25 bucks. There's about 40 records, so like 65 cents a record or something like that. But what I love about it, you guys, is stuff like this. This Wham record, Whitney Houston, this is one of her original or earlier records. Bruce Springsteen, Duran Duran. I mean, these are all easily $10 records. So just with 3 of them, I've made my money back. That means the other 37 records are all pure profit. It's the way I like doing stuff sometimes on bulk purchases of similar items. I just sell some right away, get my money back. Then again, this is like my money in the bank. It doesn't matter when I sell it, it will sell. It doesn't matter when it sells. It's simply money in my bank account that I will access at some point. Like, good stuff here. Duran Duran. I actually had never seen this Queen album before. I'll have to look that one up. It might be worth more. Bob Dylan. I mean, that's going to be great. We got handsome, young Elvis there. Middle-aged Elvis. We even got fat peanut butter jelly pickle sandwich eating Elvis. We got all the Elvises, a few Beatle records. I mean, that's just an example of some of the stuff. Three Dog Night, I've heard of these guys. I don't actually know what they play, but they look like fun. Don't those guys look like fun? Like, don't you want to go party with those guys? It totally looks like fun on that big cruise ship with them. So that's those, and then these ones here, they were asking $2 a piece for these ones. I think I got 17 for $20 is what we ended up agreeing on, and again, good stuff. There's probably one record in here I'll get my 20 bucks back for, and then the other 16 are all pure profit, like stuff like ZZ Top and David Lee Roth. You know, after he left Van Halen, that's probably his first album, self-titled. Tears for Fears, Cyndi Lauper, her classic Pose, Corey Hart. I mean, how cool can one guy be that he can wear sunglasses at night? Romantics. Good stuff. Now I want to go download some Romantics music. Anyways, that's it for you guys. That's this ride along. $182 in, $1,000 profit plus the records. What do I got here? Like 60 records? Like, I'm comfortable in saying that's $300, $400, maybe up to $500-$600 in profit on the records also. So we're gonna be pushing $1,500 off 182 bucks. That's why I love going to yard sales, the best place to thrift bar none. A lot of this stuff is going locally again, guys. Again, try local first. What do you got to lose, right? If nobody buys it, it didn't cost you anything to post it on Facebook Marketplace. So that's it for this show and tell, you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And if you haven't already done so, it'd be great if at your leisure you hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when all my new videos come out. I hope you guys all have a great day and love what you do.